Hi, good morning. Today is the 22nd of May 2022, and it's 8 a.m. in London. It's actually 9 a.m. in Europe. Now, I'm doing this as a recording. I have attempted to do a live streaming of this vlog and podcast, but unfortunately, the internet speed at this hotel is just really not up to it. So, the reason we're in Spain today is because we're actually going to do a workshop teaching fundamentals of electrochemistry and then applying those really into biosensors. So every Sunday, as I say, approximately 8 a.m. London time, we like to do this webinar for the, or rather this vlog to give the news for the week. So the news for the week is we did put some new activated electrodes out onto the market. When I say activated, these has been particularly activated to try and give as close to possible ideal responses when tested. So, for example, when people do the cyclovoltammetry of ferrocyanide, they expect to get peak separations of about 57 millivolts. So we've made a range of electrodes. They're a little bit more expensive than the normal electrodes, but it's because in a teaching environment, people would like to have as ideal as possible experimental results. So that's something that we've put out there this week. Some other news from Zimmer and Peacock this week is we do get a lot of inquiries from people asking to come as visiting academics. We have 2 coming this summer. You would like as a company to be very generous to the visiting academics, but unfortunately, governments are very careful about how much funding we are able to give these visiting academics. And so we've had to come up with a little bit of a policy that says, we are very open to people visiting us, but we can't be super generous. You have to, unfortunately, fund most of this yourself, and then Zimmer Peacock will host you and we'll try to give you useful work. But immigration law means that we can't be as generous as we would actually like to have been. Also, something else this week, some news. People are very interested in continuous glucose monitoring and wearable biosensors. And so at Zimmer Peacock, we have put together a workshop that will run in September 2022. And this will talk about the construction of CGM, the testing of CGM, the monitoring of oxygen, the monitoring of lactate, the monitoring of ketones, purines, and cortisol. So we're going to be doing this biosensor workshop. It's over 2 days. And we hope that people will be able to attend that. So just changing to some other news from Zimmer Peacock for this week. We've got a series of technologies. I would call it kind of an in-field platform. So we were able to take our biosensors and put them into sort of real-world applications. So for example, putting biosensors. Sounds a little extreme, but into wastewater. Putting biosensors into sewage lines and stuff like that. And that's some a little bit extreme, but at ZP we do have a very good platform of technologies where we have the sensors, the electronics, the connectivity to the cloud, and we're able to send our data to the cloud. So we did put some news out about that particular platform. Also, we at ZP we are ISO 13485, so we are able to consult on ISO certification, FDA submissions, CE marking, for example. Now this is called RACA, Regulatory Affairs and Quality Assurance. So we are able to consult on that, and we are starting to offer that as a service as well. Now every Thursday at 8 a.m. London time, we do a webinar specifically for the members of our ZP Developer Zone. And this week we talked about measuring protein in urine. We talked about measuring choline. We talked about cyclovoltammetry, and we also talked about carbon electrodes and how we like people to essentially use the hypervalue electrode because it's the electrode we really can put our sort of brand behind. And then lastly, we are going to a conference in Finland on the 8th, 9th of June, and we'll be exhibiting there at their sort of printed technology conference. So this week is a little unusual that we've done this as a recording. I did try going live with a streaming, but as I say, we happen to be doing a conference today. This is organised by Elsevier. I was pronouncing it Siguez, but it's Siguez apparently. And we will be teaching electrochemistry and biosensing here. So my apologies, this is a recording. As I say, we did try live streaming, but bandwidth is just, and the internet is just not stable enough for that. Okay, if you have any questions regarding the news from Zero Peacock, please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you very much.